Everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Are you all going to watch Big Brother Canada 9 this season? I have been looking at the cast videos, listening to a lot of people do their assessments, and talking to my YouTube friends about it. And I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready. One, y'all know, outside of Survivor, like Big Brother and Survivor are my two favorite reality shows. We already know Big Brother US is not going to come back into the summer. Big Brother US, this all-star season was a huge womp. It was full of shit. We've all talked about all the racism and all the bullshit that goes on with the casting of Big Brother US. So Big Brother Canada promised us diversity, and they were going to lead the charge into giving Black people a fair, not even Black people, but people of color and LGBT, like giving people who are not white Instagram models, is what it is, a fair opportunity to play the game and at least make it to jury, and damn near, maybe can we try to win? You know, so Big Brother Canada has released their cast this week. And, you know, I looked at all the videos, I talked about it, and I was like, this cast, probably 90% of the cast, I already like. Like, I'm here for it. I want to see what they're going to do. Now, I decided, Angie, you always review Big Brother US. Let's review Big Brother Canada. Are y'all watching? I need to know in this video if you all are watching Big Brother Canada. Now, number one, give me a couple of links so I can figure out how I can watch it. I heard it's going to be on that new Paramount streaming app, and I think I have CBS All Access, so I'm hoping it'll transform into Paramount, and I already have it. A couple of people sent me some links. I guess since the show hasn't started yet, I don't know if they work or not. But I'm going to watch Big Brother Canada, and I'm going to review. I just want to know, are you all going to be watching it? And are you all going to be watching my reviews? So let me know. I think it's going to be a good time. I've never seen a cast of personalities that I like so much, and people who I feel like I could relate to so much. So let's just jump into it. I want to do the cast assessment. I want to give you all my opinion, you know, my 2 cents on what I think the cast is like. They only gave us little 90-second clips. I got to get to know these people in 90 seconds. I ain't no Twitter investigator, so I ain't investigated no further past these 90 seconds. But I want to give my 2 cents. Later on, I would say maybe next week, after we see them play the game for a week and I see how people interact, intermingle, I might do another video with my order of how I feel like they may do in the house. You know, this week is just based personally off, do I like you or not? And like I said, I like 90% of the people. And based off of what you gave in these 90 seconds, if I think you have what it takes to make it to the end, to the jury, you know, so forth. This was really hard to do. Like, I woke up this morning, because I watched the videos last week. I woke up this morning and I took my notes and I watched the videos again. And I was like, damn, I really like everybody. That's why I'm excited for the season. And that's why I just said I'm going to do it, because I really do like everybody. Let's jump into it. So I'm going to go from least, who I like the least, to who I like the best. Excuse me. Dry throat, not nothing else. I need some water, but I'm going to make it through this video because I don't want to have to stop and edit. So I know from watching Rob Has a Podcast, I love Rob Has a Podcast. They said it's going to be they feel like it's going to be 2 returning players coming back to the game, and the game is going to be set up in teams or something like that, kind of Survivor style. I'm here for that because I love Survivor. So right now I only have the top 14. If you all are on Twitter and you are big in the BB community on Twitter, you know One of the guests, I ain't even gonna say their name, they found some racist comments on his social media. He said the N-word. And BB Ken was like, no, he out. And they put a new person in already. But unfortunately, the new person is number 14. And I wanted to get, it ain't got nothing to do with the old person. The new person, so number 14 is Kyle. Kyle is the replacement. He's 26 and he's unemployed. Kyle reminds me of the type of person that's over on TikTok that does stupid things. Like he was in the video playing in the snow in his underwear. He just reminds me of someone who does stupid pranks or stupid things for a TikTok, for a like, for a laugh. It ain't nothing wrong with that. He is 26. I guess that's what the young people do. I don't want to say all young people do it. I just don't like that personality. If I was in the house, me and Kyle probably would not get along. It would irritate me. I don't need somebody putting on for the likes. I feel like once he gets in the Big Brother house, he's going to be the type of person that's very conscious of the cameras, and he will be putting on for television. And the Big Brother producers love that. They love for people to give the audience a show. I don't like to be given a show. I like to see the strategy, the backstabbing, how I like to see the people who want to win. I don't know how much money they get in Canada, but want to win the money and be friends later. So I don't like Kyle, but I feel like that type of person probably will do pretty well in the game. He seems like people who will make them laugh by being a fool. But this Angie's list. So he number 14. Number 13 is Austin. Austin is a 23-year-old realtor / Instagram model. She says she's a college graduate. She's good at the memory comps. I wrote down her cultural background. I want to say, is it Guyanese? Is that from Ghana? Guyanese? You know what I mean? I don't mean no disrespect if I said it incorrectly. And Egyptian. I like people with the cultural background just because I love to learn more about different cultures when we're on these type of shows. She says she wants a showman. And did she say she ain't never had no boyfriend? I ain't here for it. One thing Angie don't like, I don't like people. She seems like she gonna be the type of girl that's gonna flirt with all the guys until she find the one that want to link up with her, and they're gonna showmance to the end of the game. She's probably gonna link up with one of the big, cute, athletic guys, and I ain't here for it. I'm not here for it. I personally don't like showmances, and I don't like people who seem like they're Instagram models and they just here for the exposure and not here for the game. And that's what I get from Austin, that she's here to be on TV and not play the game. So Austin is my number 13. Number 12 I said was Beth. Now once I get from those two, 13 and 12, or 13 and 14 are the two I really just don't care for in the game. Everyone else, I'm excited to see how they're going to play the game. But I had to put somebody in the least to the best. So number 12 is Beth. I think I just didn't think Beth didn't give me enough of her 90 seconds. She's 27. She's a social worker. She says she's a farm girl, but she lives in the city. She reminds you of the girl next door. The most interesting thing is her lazy eye. That's not the most interesting thing, but I thought it was cute that they have somebody with a lazy eye night. And not everybody is perfect, because usually Big Brother is nothing but Instagram models. Nothing but Instagram models. I like people that have a little quirk to them and a little flaw, a little imperfection, because that's reality. I like about her is the things she said she would do in the community. I don't feel like she's there for the showman's type of gameplay. So she didn't really talk that much about the game. So that's why she's at number 12. Number 11 is Julie V. Julie V. What I have my notes on Julie V. Julie V, I like her. She's a 28-year-old social media influencer. I love a social media influencer. I do. But just I don't know if I judged her off of her occupation. I just feel like people who are here, who are big into social media and Instagram and all of that stuff, aren't here to play the game. They are here for exposure. I'm very interested in her story. I feel like, because me and my YouTube friend Charles, we talked about her. She is trans, and he kind of feels like somebody's going to out her as being trans. And I feel like her whole 90 seconds was about being trans, documenting it to create a safe place for other people. So I feel like she's going to come in the house being who she is, and you accept me for who I am or you don't, so I don't feel like anyone is going to have that opportunity to out her, because I feel like she's comfortable in her own skin and she don't care what nobody have to say. So I like Julie V. I like her story. One thing she said was she's an alpha female and she's not to be played with. I hope she isn't a rah-rah. Like, I hope she doesn't come in with the let me read you down, the sassiness. Because usually the people who are real sassy and like to start a lot of shit go home first. Like, save that midway through the season, then bring it out. Like, lay low. I feel like the best strategy ever is to lay low and to let some people shoot themselves in the foot while you building up your alliance and then attack. But I like Julie V. I hope she makes it far. Number 10 is Jetson. Jetson, I thought is cute. What is he? A 25-year-old personal trainer / model. Another one, Instagram model. And I ain't saying they Instagram model. He could be a true model. But whenever someone says model, it just, first thing that goes to my mind is exposure. You're here for the TV, not the game. He didn't talk that much about the game. The most he talked about was he wants a showman's. Or he's a showmancer. Like, he doesn't mind getting into a showman's. So I can see Jetson definitely hooking up with Austin, who wants to be in the showman's. They're both two beautiful people. He did say he wants to be a comp beast because he's an athlete. He used to play varsity basketball in, I guess, high school and college. So he probably can be a comp beast. He looks to be, he fine. Like, let's call it what it is. Jetson is cute. If I was only thinking with looks, he would definitely be at the top of my list. But comp beast, it depends on how the game is started. Like, are we going to get rid of threats first, or are we going to get rid of the weak people first and the threats unite? I don't know. That's why I don't know where he'll fit in the game. It all depends on how it shakes out. But I feel like something floating in my eye. I like Jetson. Moving on. Number 9, Kiefer. Kiefer is a 32-year-old radio host. Him being I feel like something is floating into my eye. By him being a radio host, I really feel like he's going to be good at least talking to other people. I don't know. I would think he's communicating with hundreds of thousands of people over the airwaves every day, so he should be good at talking to people. I heard him say his tribe in his, I couldn't write it down because I couldn't understand it. I just want to learn more about him. Like, I want to know, is it a native? It kind of reminds me of like Samoan. I definitely want to know more about his culture. I said I don't want him to be a first boot. In the first 90 seconds, he really didn't give me a lot. Just really a lot of shots of where he's from, and it looks beautiful. And, his family. But, people are superficial, and usually the thicker, the bigger people go home first because they think we won't be good in the challenges, and they forget everything isn't physical, there's a mental. I just don't want him to be first boot. I want to learn more about him. Number 8 is Josh. Josh says he's a lone wolf. He's 30 years old, single. He's also a part of the LGBT. What did he say? He's an extroverted introvert. Confusion. I ain't even gonna try to figure that out. Not gonna try to figure that out. He lost me when he started talking about parallel universes and are we really gonna look back and 3,000 years and we're really going to be just in the Big Brother. Like, once I said, you lost me. I'm not into that kind of stuff. But I like him. I like him. At the end, he said, if you don't like me, that's a you problem, not a me problem. I said, okay, RuPaul, because RuPaul says that all the time. He's like, if you don't like me, that's your problem. What that got to do with me? So I do like him. I think he's going to be the quirky personality of the season. Someone who just doesn't think like everyone else, which is fine. I want to see what he does in the game. Number 7 is Victoria. I remember Victoria with her pink hair. Victoria, did she say her age? I don't recall, but she seems young. She's a youth advocate. She has a very bubbly personality. What I love the most about Victoria is just she used that 90 seconds to tell her story. She grew up in the foster care system. She went from house to house. She was separated from her family. And now that she was older, she went to school. She's now a social worker. And she helps the kids going through the same thing she went through. That really touched my heart. I was like, oh, I like her. Just like I like the other social worker girl. I love people who are giving back to their communities. Hopefully they can get together and create an alliance. And the best thing she said was, she was like, yeah, I'm a professional, but after 5 o'clock, it's time to party. So I see it for Victoria. Number 6 is Brayden. Brayden, where are my notes for Brayden? I like Brayden. He is 23. He's a student. I liked his fashion. He gave a lot of negative words about himself, which I guess you probably be like, well, bitch, why you like him? He's like, I'm a petty bitch. I'm a petty bitch. I'm spiteful. If you vote against me, I'm going to remember. You know, I was like, what's up with all these negative words? But I love his personality. Like, he has a very vibrant personality. I liked his fashion. He says he's studying biological anthropology, and he explained it. And he was like, I'm probably not going to tell people what I study because they ain't going to understand no way. I'm like, I sure don't. I said, is that just a fancy word for psychology, therapist, counselor? Like, what is biological anthropology? I don't know. But I like Brayden, so he gets to be number 6. Number 5 is Tara. Oh, I really like Tara. I really liked her. I think I like the people who I relate to the most. Like, she's an older contestant. She's 37. She's a mom of 2, and she teaches spin. And I ain't got nothing to do with that spin class. But I understand the 37 mom of 2. She says she's 5 foot with the little person syndrome. She's very loud, very energetic. And she says she's constantly around younger people, so she know how to deal with irrational younger people. But what I love most about Tara is when she had that little scene with her family practicing HOH, talking about, son, you are nominated for eviction because you peed all over toilet seat, and we don't get down like that. It was cute. It was funny. Just that little clip let me know she's into the game. She's here to play the game. Like, she's already married with children. She ain't here. I'm happy there's a lot of married or coupled up people, because I hate a season where it's like 2 married people and everybody else single, and then you see about 5, 6 showmances, and you be like, so I'm happy to see someone who's always already claimed, no showmance there, and she's here for the game. She's here for the money. She's here for her kids. I like Tara. Number 4 is it Tyshawn? I want to call him Tychon, because he spells the Sean part CHON, but hey, he is fine. He is fine, and he has a beautiful smile. He's 29 years old. I believe he called himself an urban planner. I saw that as like, is that an architect? I'm thinking maybe it's more like a project manager. Maybe. He calls himself a charmer, and he knows it. He says he's going to be good at talking, making deals, making alliances. He says if he have to flirt, he will flirt. I hope you don't flirt. Like, I just don't want to see everybody caught up in the showmance. I really want to just see people play the game. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of flirting. I like he had his mom and his grandmothers on there. He said he was raised by women. So I know he's definitely going to be respectful of the women. And he's smart. By him being this planner, project manager is how I think of the job. he can definitely see 2, 3 steps ahead. He's definitely a thinker. I hope you do really well in the game. Up number 3 is Tina. I probably like Tina the best. I probably like Tina the best because of her accent. Like, I could just sit up and I would just want to sit and listen to Tina talk to me all day. And she says that's her personality. Like, every time she walks past somebody, people just want to start talking to her. Look, that's my mama. That's my mama. I say it all the time. My mama, my aunties, they don't never meet a stranger. They don't never meet a stranger. Everybody they meet instantly want to talk to them, and they will get to talking their ear off. That's probably where I get the love for talking from. I get it honest, but I'm not real big on talking to strangers. But anyway, Tina, I guess that just reminds me of my mom. She's a 42-year-old graphic designer, and she just said people love to talk to me. The accent is everything. She lives with her partner. They've been together for 20 years. And she said at the age of 40, she picked up the love of playing hockey. So she's a very strong woman, physically fit. I'm hoping that Gab, I hope people love her accent as much as I do. Maybe up there in Canada, they hear it all the time. I don't know. I don't want Tina to be, because she's the oldest one there. I don't want her to be a first boot. You know how they do the older people, and she a little bit thick, but she's in shape. She play hockey. I'm hoping they can create some kind of alliance and get these young folks out. Let's get a change up. I really like her. I do. Who's next? Number 2. I'm almost at the end of this. Number 2 is Latoya. I really like Latoya. After I looked at her video for the second time, I said the fashion. I just love the way she had on that yellow and black dress with them black and white earrings and that bald head, and her face was beat. I said, oh. I just want to see what kind of outfits she gonna pull out in the house. I love her fashion. She's a 34-year-old police officer. She says she wants to change the way people view the police, especially in this climate. And I understand, girl, but you coming in the house telling everybody you don't want to be known as the police. But I understand what you're saying for when you outside of the house and you just trying to show people. I ain't gonna get into that with the police. That is a loaded subject, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But that's just what she said. She has her own swimsuit line, and she's walked in New York Fashion Week. And I said her body is banging. She's really big and goes hard in the gym. She really loves the gym. She's here for body positivity. I'm like, I don't want you to go home first because you scare all the girls. Not in no racial way, but just because, I don't know, because that Tara, her body was banging too. She's into fitness too. I hope you could get up with some of the athletes getting an alliance. You know how people get scared of the athletes. I just hope she doesn't fall into that. She wants to be a comp beast. She wants to keep being a police officer a secret. I like her because I felt like out of everyone in their 90-second interview, she got her personality out. She told me the most about herself in these 90 seconds than anybody else, and I like her. It sounds like she knows the game and is ready to play the game. I want to see what you do. Like, I'm really excited. It starts on Wednesday. Like, I can't wait. I got to figure out how to watch this. And last and definitely not least, my very favorite contestant who I got a whole page of notes on him, who I can't wait to see is Rohan. Rohan is a 26-year-old strategic partnership manager. I hope I said that shit right. He wants to be the snake who eats the rat. He wants to talk a big game, but play a better game. I said, I like him. He wants to be the villain. I like him. I love people who want to be the villain, not because you're a villain because you get on TV and say problematic stuff or, male chauvinistic stuff, racist stuff, mean to people, bullies. He wants to be the villain of the gameplay. Like he wants to lie, manipulate, create confusion to benefit his strategy. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it. He says it is his job as the strategic partnership manager to drive deals for his company, for his company's best interest, to kind of like get the best deal. So I know he's going to make a lot of good deals. He says he wants to control the shots from behind the scenes. He don't want to be seen as the leader of the alliance. He just wants to be the one planting the seeds. He says, I want people to go off and fight, and he wants to cause confusion all off of the manipulation he does in the background. He says he hates showmances, but he here for a flirtmance. And I think that's the best strategy, because he said compliments is the best friend to anyone. Everyone would love to be like, girl, you look good today. You got some new shoes, girl. You got your nails done. Who did your hair? That hair is banging. You can get so much. I don't know where I was. I think back when I was working in restaurants and stuff like that, where we learned you can get bigger tips just by complimenting someone. Like if you have a guest that sits down, you be like, oh girl, that person's cute. People just feel so much better with the compliment. So I see it for him. He says he's very calculated and very confident. And I said, I am here for it. He was like, Canada, meet your villain. And I'm like, you better pull it off. Because a lot of people talk shit in these backgrounds. And when the game come on, it's a womp womp. The game will come on and he been and got up with Austin and I'll be pissed. Anyway, and Rohan is cute. So he easy to look at. That's it, y'all. That's my assessment of the cast. I'm very excited. I would like for you all to get in the comments. Let me know what you think about the cast. Who right now is just off the assessment? Who was your favorite? Who was your least favorite? And I just get in the comments. I want all the avenues as possible to watch this because I have until Wednesday to figure it out. But I will be watching. I will be reviewing. If I do not review, like Big Brother US, I review after every time it comes on. With Big Brother Canada, depending on how exciting it is, like if it's real exciting, I'll review after every time it come on. But if I might just review a week as a whole, like after every eviction, I don't know. We got to get into it. I probably will not watch live feeds. I'll get my live feed updates from Twitter. You know how I usually do. But for the most part, I might just be a casual watcher and just what's on the TV screen is what I see. But anyway, like, comment, share, definitely subscribe. Let me know if you all will be watching Big Brother Canada 9. If you will and you're looking for just someone, I'm not going to break down the game by game. I just like to give my 2 cents, my opinion, and you just want to hear funny commentary, opinions of the show, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm your girl, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.